There was a learning curve from FEMA, there was a learning curve from the applicants and from Puerto Rico.
Proof of ownership is you letting us know that your primary residence, the house that you have, it's yours. You own it. It's yours. Challenges in Puerto Rico for ownership were humongous because of our culture. FEMA recently made changes to the program and policy guides, and these changes are extremely amazing and will help us break some barriers and some challenges, specifically in the ownership side. Those communities that are underserved will take also advantage of all this.
Some of the program changes that were made to expedite assistance, the financial assistance, all that plays into these after actions to make us a better agency, to be able to carry out delivery of assistance.
Equity is not about giving everybody the same resources because they have different needs. It's going out there, finding the needs of each individual municipality and try to address those needs, and they're going to be different.
So, and FEMA understood these needs. It's the reason why BBA and FAST were approved.
I think what CRC Atlantic represents is a commitment by the agency to invest in the long-term support and processing and engagement.
So BBA is the Bipartisan Budget Act. It was an act approved by Congress and signed by the President, which established some flexibility for PA public assistance to determine eligibility, other than looking to pre-disaster conditions and the damages caused by the event, by Hurricane Maria. The BBA opened the door to include also components that were not necessarily damaged by the event, but that are essential for the function of the facility or the system.
So under BBA, we've been able to make some really, really significant obligations and determinations for the betterment of not just the portions of infrastructure that were damaged by Hurricane Maria, but entire infrastructure systems that need to be replaced and refreshed.
CRC is a consolidated resource center. It's a group of engineers, cost estimators that are basically receiving the projects that we prepare here, meaning the scope of works, and that they do the cost estimate. Being there one group, they are able to provide consistency and continuity to the projects that we develop. The CRC Atlantic was created principally and mainly to deal with the Maria event. And it brought hundreds of staff dedicated to Maria to do the cost estimates.
So another innovative approach which is being used in this disaster is the FAST projects, is the FEMA Accelerated Award Strategy. So for 4 applicants specifically now, PREPA, Puerto Rico Electric Company, Puerto Rico PRASA, the water company, the Puerto Rico Department of Education, and the Puerto Rico Housing Administration. These applicants had the opportunity where a fixed cost estimate budget was agreed upon. In order to develop this, instead of going and what we normally would do for public assistance, which is inspect every facility that we're costing to be able to provide funding for, what was done, a statistics sampling methodology was developed.
So some of the lessons learned started on day one for FEMA, and we had what was called continuous improvement. So with Hurricane Maria being the largest catastrophic event in our history of FEMA, what lessons learned from one warehouse in Puerto Rico were incredible.
FEMA is much better prepared today than what it was 3, 4, 5 years ago. Just by having over 1,000 employees in FEMA, having 4 warehouses where we have millions of liters of water, millions of pounds of food, the tarps, the generators, we didn't have that at that time. So yes, FEMA is much better prepared.
We have a lot of planning and resilience training, preparedness training, staff training for a future event, but having the ability to now have our resources on island will only help us better provide assistance early on when an incident is coming.
I think the recovery in Puerto Rico is going to lead the future of large recovery anywhere in the U.S. for FEMA.